Katie, I'm the head of training at Fly London, and today's video we're going to be doing a HIIT workout. It's going to be high intensity interval training, and for today's class I'm going to be doing the style of Tabata, which is going to be 20 seconds of work with your 10-second rest. We're going to go ahead and do 4 different exercises, and I'm going to explain those exercises right now with a low impact option and a high impact option. Whilst explaining the exercises, I'm also going to go through some modifications for pre or postnatal. So go ahead and keep watching. So for exercise number 1, we're going to be doing touch squats or touch squat jumps. So bring yourself into your normal stationary position, feet hip distance apart, toes facing forward so your hips are into parallel. In your normal squat, let's go sideways so you can see, make sure your body weight sits back into the heels, hinging from the hips, soft bend in the knees, inhale as you lower, exhale as you squeeze. But what we're going to do to add on to this is take one hand down to the floor. As you tap that hand down, the other arm reaches behind you, and then you squeeze up to stand, and then you do your opposite arm tapping down, and then exhale, squeezing up. This will just be to challenge you to get a little bit lower and let it get a little bit of movement from the upper body as well. Now you can see right now, this is your low impact option of the exercise. I'm just tapping down and exhale, squeezing back up. Now, if you don't have any injuries, and you're okay to give in some high impact, we're going to take that as an explosive jump at the top. So you inhale, lower, exhale, push off the ground. Inhale, and push down. Exhale, squeeze. So this is your high impact option, and then you've got your low impact option, which is a tap and a squeeze. This is exercise number 1. For exercise number 2, we're going to be doing a single arm burpee. Yes, we're going to challenge ourselves and try to do it with a single arm. And you've got a couple options for here. So the first one I'll just show you as a stepping. So you take your hand down to the floor, almost through a squat position. You step your feet back, stabilizing the core, keeping your hips nice and square. Pressing the feet back in, and then exhale up to stand. And then I'm going to alternate, take my other hand down to the floor. So the other hand steps down. Step back, exhale, squeeze, make sure those hips stay nice and square, step back in, and then squeeze back up. Now, if you want that high impact option or a little bit more of a challenge, you can do that as a jump at the bottom. But be mindful to keep those hips nice and square. So as your hand comes down, you jump the feet back, jump the feet in, and then squeeze back up. This one is quite a challenge, jumping back, jumping in, and then squeezing up. Now for pre or postnatal, to be mindful of the core, I wouldn't take ourselves all the way into a full plank, and I would also use both hands. And this is also a modification for anyone that has some maybe shoulder injuries or just needs that little bit more assistance. So you take both hands down to the floor. I would only come back to a box hover, keeping the body a little bit tighter, more in control, stepping back in and then squeezing back up. So this is a modification for everybody else. Hands down, step back into box, control, step back in and squeeze. And that was exercise number 2. So for exercise number 3, we're going to take our bodies down to the floor. When you come down to the ground, you've got 2 options here. I'll do the first one, which is knees off the ground. So make sure your hands are placed directly under the shoulders, step your feet back hip distance apart, and take those knees off. And just make sure you're not pushing too high and you're also not dipping those hips too low. You're going to get a little bit of lower back pain. Just keep your body nice and flat. We're going to do some plank commandos. So your elbow comes down, your other elbow comes down, and then you push back up, and then you squeeze up to stand. Alternate which arm leads, so the other arm is going to go up down, and then it's going to lift back up again. So alternating which arm is leading the action. Aim of the game here is to try not to wiggle those hips too much. Engage those obliques and you're going to feel that burn through the arms as well. Now if that feels too challenging, if you've just tried it with me, and also for pre or postnatal, I want you to try it with the shins down. But when you put the shins down, make sure you're not in a box position. You actually want to lengthen just a little bit, squeezing the glutes in so the pelvis comes in line with the torso. And you can practice it then with the shins down, giving that little bit more stability. Doesn't mean it's not hard, it will still feel difficult with the shins down. So you've got 2 options there for your plank commandos. You can be shins off or shins down. And that was exercise number 3. So coming into exercise number 4, we're going to stay on the floor and we're going to do some mountain climbers. So we're going to take those hands again underneath the shoulders into your plank position. You slide those feet back out. Now you've got 2 options here. You can take it slow and sticky, nice and steady, and just make sure your hips stay in level of the core there, not too high, and also again, not too low. Now if you're taking it for that slow and sticky option, you will feel the core work a little bit heavier. If you're wanting to keep the heart rate lifted, then you'd want to keep running the knees. Now when you're running the knees, just be mindful you're getting a full range of motion, knee pulling all the way in, and also don't let your butt kick up too high, as you'll lose working into the core and you'll go a little bit more into the shoulders. So just again, try and keep your body nice and flat. Now for pre or postnatal, I would say give that exercise a miss and do something different. So my suggestion would be to come into your bird dogs, 4-point kneeling, opposite arm and leg reaching out. You slide and you reach away from the body. Inhale, exhale, and draw the arm and leg back in. You can play around with what variation of bird dogs you do. You could maybe hold it and do some pulses, or you could do like 8 to one side, 8 to the other side. But we're only going to be there for 20 seconds. Don't worry about doing anything too technical there. But that was your exercise number 4. Okay, so now that we've gone through the 4 different exercises, we're going to get into the main portion of the workout. I'm going to do this with you 3 times through, which will take us 6 minutes to get through. I'm going to give you 2 options here. Now you can just do that 6 minutes with me and just see how you feel. If you want to continue going, I would suggest having a timer with you and just continuing after I stop with you guys. You can do another couple rounds depending on where you are at your fitness levels. So you can either just stop with me or you continue for a couple more rounds. But I'm just going to do 3 rounds with you of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, which will take us to 6 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to start the timer in 3, in 2, and in 1. First exercise coming into your tap with the squats. Now I'm going to just show you the high impact option for this first round. Remember, you can take it as a low impact option when you just squat to stand. Remember, inhale and exhale as you squeeze to lift. We're almost there. We've got another 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and in 1. Well done. Take your 10-second rest. I'm going to come to the sides on your mats. Single arm burpees. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Jumping back, squeezing in, and lifting up. Here we go. Again, I'm giving you that high impact option, so I'm taking that jump option in and out. If that feels too difficult, just go as your step option. Pre or postnatals, please remember your modifications. We got 3, we've got 2, we've got 1, and then bring it in, 10-second breather. Well done, guys. The next one is going to be your plank commandos. Let's bring it down to the floor. It's getting started. In 3, 2, let's go. Down. Make sure you're leading with an opposite arm each time. Make sure those hips are not wobbling around side to side. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Take a nice 10-second breather. Next one is going to be your mountain climbers. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Remember, keep the shoulders on top of the wrists. Make sure those hips are not piking up. I'm taking it as a little bit more of a jogging legs here. Keeping them going, we got 8. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay guys, that was our first loop on our circuit. We're doing this again. Starting off with those squats. 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to show you the low impact option. Remember, you can take that jump. If you were doing the jumps with me the first time, try to continue them. Inhale, exhale, keep going. Well done, we're almost there. We're into that second round now. Final 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Take your 10-second breather. So you've got your single arm burpees. I'm going to go with the step option this time. In 3, in 2, and in 1. So I'm going to step my feet back. If you're doing the jump option, remember, continue to do that. I'm just showing the 2 different options here. Remember to use that breath. It's going to always engage that core in every position we're doing. You're on your final 4. In 3, in 2, in 1, and relax. Okay, you've got your plank commandos. I'm going to show you it with my shins down as the modification. Okay, if you did it with shins up though, keep those shins up. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Again, remember to alternate which arm is leading as you drop to the forearms and push back up to tall plank. You got 8 more seconds here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take your 10-second breather. Good job, guys, okay? I'm gonna come into your mountain climbers. I'm gonna take them nice and slow and sticky for this round. We're gonna go in 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze. If you're running those legs, you keep running those legs. Keep going, guys. Well done. You've got 10 more seconds here. Nice and steady. Let's go for final 5. In 4, in 3, in 2, and take a breather. We're doing this one more time with me, guys. One more time with me. I'm going to go back to my high impact options again. And we're starting with those jumps. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Yes, guys, good. I want to see that explosion off the floor. Using that breath, final 10 seconds. Keep breathing for 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, and take that rest. Okay, single arm burpees, good. So as you take that hand down, I'm going to jump my feet back this time. We're going to go 3, 2, and 1. Remember, try to keep those hips nice and square. Do not open up the hip here. Keeping them in parallel. You're going to do your final 5. In 4, in 3, in 2, 1, and take your 10-second breather. We've got your plank commandos. I'm going to keep my knees off the ground this time. Let's do it together, guys. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down. Pushing back through. Remember to alternate which arm is leading. You don't take over with that dominant arm too much. Making sure the elbows and hands constantly go back under the shoulders. Yes, guys, let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and rest. We got your mountain climbers to finish us off. Let's get going. I'm going to run these legs. Let's do it together. Got 3, 2, and 1. Keep this going, guys. Do not let those butts pike up. 8 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your 10-second breather. Now, if you're feeling it, guys, you keep going for a couple more rounds. Well done, everyone. Yes, well done, everyone. You have completed your 6 minutes of HIIT with me. Now, if you're still feeling yourself and you want to keep going, maybe use this as your active recovery. Rewind the video back and do it again. And you can repeat this as much as you like. Or it's also quite good as a finisher if you've already done some leg work as well. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, everyone.